Thanks for joining us on Sheridan County Ag Update. With me today is Chris Sorenson, one of the board members of the Sheridan County Rodeo. Chris, thanks for being here.
Hey, no problem.
Again, talking about something different. Quick shout out to our sponsors, Heartland Kubota, True Built Builders. We couldn't put this on without you, so thanks, guys. So let's talk County Rodeo. We're getting ready for it.
We are. It's just right around the corner.
Right after County Fair.
Exactly. 2 weekends of busyness that doesn't stop.
Yeah, and congratulations. You're going to be up at the fairgrounds a lot now.
I'm going to be pretty much there every day.
Yeah, as the new facilities and grounds manager.
Correct.
So congrats. That's awesome.
Thank you.
But let's talk County Rodeo. Like we were talking earlier, it's been in fruition for 40 plus years.
40 plus years. Ronnie and Marilyn Butcher. Sorry, her name left me.
It's all right.
Got this thing started, 40 plus years ago to showcase some of the talent in Sheridan County. And it's been going pretty strong ever since. We've had a couple of years off, of course, the year of the COVID, and one other year that was a little bit slow. We didn't have enough contestants and stuff. I think it was about the only other time, but it is fun to watch and watch the families grow and watch the kids come up and grow and, just watch generation after generation.
Mm-hmm. Now, it's changed a little bit since we were kids because it used to be slack started Friday morning and got done about the time the Friday perf started. But, people are so busy these days and it's kind of shrunk down a little bit. So now when do your perfs?
So, yeah, you're right. It's not as big as it used to be back in the day, but it's still fun to come up.
Still good quality.
Still good quality watching. Performances are August 10th. We will start slack at 9 o'clock in the morning, mainly just a team roping because we've got 300 teams usually in the team roping, and we don't want to have everybody sit through that all night long, so we try to narrow that down.
Oh, come on. Team roping is so fun to watch.
And then that Saturday evening at 7 o'clock is the Saturday night performance with all the events in it. And then again Sunday at noon, we'll start again.
Okay. Quality Kubota machinery and customer care from the heart. Proudly serving Sheridan and the surrounding areas since 1996. Go online to heartlandkubota.com or stop by Heartland Kubota, 2450 Heartland Drive. And so let's kind of talk about maybe somebody who's new to town or isn't familiar with it. This isn't like your rodeo that you just saw a couple weeks ago. This actually includes a lot of youth events and some other kind of fun type events.
Exactly. It's not as big as the YO. You're not going to see the super fast times. You're not going to see, a lot of that, although there's some very talented people around that can definitely give those pros a run for their money. But it does start with the Pee-wee kids, so those are the kids that are 5 years old or under, and watching them either be led by their parents or on foot, or some of them kids are good enough, they just take off and ride on their own. And then you jump that up to the junior division and senior division and on into the adult division, men's and women's. And it is fun to watch them kids grow up. I've watched a lot of these kids that are some of the kids that are on the board members with me now start out when they were 5, 6 years old, 4 years old, running barrels and poles and goat tying and everything. And now they've got kids of their own that are in the rodeo now. And it is fun to watch the generations come up and showcase the talent that they've got. And some of the other events we have is junior and senior sheep mugging. Always a good time to watch. You send 50 kids loose on a flock of 10 sheep and watch them scatter and fight for position to get that halter off or lead rope off and stuff is always a good time to watch. And even more fun than that is the Pee-wee and the junior goat roping. Watching those little kids try to rope a goat and rope the back feet, and kind of like a team roping event can be pretty comical and pretty interesting. So, but yeah, that's there. Get enough teams in it. We'll have the wild cow milking again. That's always great watching.
Yes.
Always good
yes,
for some good wrecks and people getting run over. And
I'm just going to say there might have been some betting going on behind the scenes, maybe over the years of, betting on teams.
Oh, I'm sure there has been, because it used to be pretty interesting. It still is. When, back in the day, I remember, 6, 8 teams in there at a time, and the cows are not friendly.
No.
They're not milk cows.
No.
They're straight off the
They're straight out of the pasture.
and ready to run somebody over. So
Yeah, they called my dad one year for Longhorns, and he's like, I don't think that's a good choice.
yeah,
But my money was always on Jim Michelucci, I got to say.
Jim Michelucci, Cody Cunningham were should be in the Hall of Fame for cow milking.
Yeah,
so.
that's what you kind of measure against, and you're just like, oh, yeah, it's not happening.
Can we beat the Cunningham team?
Exactly.
Yeah, if we can do that, then we're in pretty good shape. But
Exactly. So it's always great to watch the kids, and then, there'll be the traditional events, but there's also like mixed team roping, century team roping.
Yeah, we, like to mix it up and let the partners choose who they want to rope with, whether it be men and women or women and, see a lot of father and son teams and husband and wife teams and best friends teams. We've even had some of the kids come up and rope with their parents that are really good at it. And, we also, here a couple years ago, added the senior breakaway for anybody 50 years old or older. That
Man,
wants
you're
to
close.
give it a try. I'm getting there.
Close.
I got a couple years. Yet. But then we also have the century roping, century team roping, and that consists of two people that equal 100 years or older. And unfortunately, however you want to look at it, I'm in that age division where I can do that with people now. So, but that's always fun to watch. A couple different rules with that one. You get 3 loops instead of just 2. So, but it's kind of fun.
Sometimes
it's a fun rodeo
that's
to
the
be
tough
at.
one. Sometimes that's the tough division is some of those older fellas that have done this a lot of years, and ladies.
Yeah, they're not just roping in the century; they're roping in the other ones too. And I know there's teams in there that can turn a steer and rope it in 6 seconds or less, just like professionals. So it's always tough, no matter what team roping you're in there. So,
and then they have the husband and wife ribbon roping.
Husband and wife ribbon roping is always fun to watch.
That one tests the marriage.
Tests the marriage out there, and depends on who's doing the rope and who's getting yelled at. But that can always be pretty comical, whether the husband's trying to catch a fast run or if he's mad at the wife or the wife's mad at the husband and makes him run all the way to the other end of the arena. So
yeah, poor Barry man. Sorry, Tamara. I remember him one time just being like, never mind, it's too far.
Yeah, quits halfway down the arena. And then you got the merchant steer roping, kind of the same type of thing, but they turn the steers loose, and it's a team of 3, a roper and 2 muggers. A roper, a mugger, and a runner, and they got a numbered steer they got to catch and get the ribbon off its tail and run it back to the rope and shoot. So it depends on how good a roper you got and how long you're getting along that day, I guess, where they're going to catch them at for you.
And the merchants are sponsored by our local businesses
Correct.
in town.
Correct. And sponsors is what helps put this rodeo on also. I mean, without the sponsors that we go out and collect and the people willing to donate for the buckles and the saddles and the money for these, we are a nonprofit, so we try to give back everything we can to the contestants. So,
Making plans for building a new barn, shop, or commercial building? Don't do any planning without a call to Sheridan's premier post-frame building and homes builder, True Built Builders, online at truebuiltbuilders.com. So I know that you kind of already have it looks like I saw some posts on Facebook. Wow, I can't talk today. That you have your saddle and your buckle donors. But if someone's listening and they want to be a donor, can they still donate?
They still can. Kind of getting close on the timeline as far as being put in our handout that for the weekend. Probably by the end of the week would be cutoff line for that, just because if you want to be in our sponsorship book, we need to get those in, and so we can get those printed off.
So for future reference, they should get a hold of you earlier than later.
Find a board member. We're kind of thin, and if you're looking at being a board member or something, we're always looking also to kind of help out. We're getting kind of short. I think we're down to 6 people on our board right now. So
being a board member is sometimes it's a thankless job sometimes, because you're trying to run and do everything, but it's actually very rewarding. I remember when I would give that little kid their very first check or something, that big old smile, that's what got me.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah,
it really is. It's like I say, it can be time consuming going out and getting sponsors, and then of course the busiest time is rodeo weekend. It's go all day long, and you get done with the weekend and you're exhausted, but it is fun to watch, and it's always a good time.
So when are entries?
Entries I got to look here at my notes here. Entries start July 29th
Okay.
at 10 a.m. and will end August 4th at 5 p.m.
Okay.
It's all going to be online entries this year. We're not going to be taking entries at the office this
Oh,
year.
wow.
So, Cashley Cates has set up a Sheridan County Rodeo. We got a Facebook page and a website. So you can find all the information on there and the contacts on who to contact if you have questions for that. So they will have all that stuff set up and ready to go by then.
Great. Well, don't forget performances are August 10th and 11th.
Correct.
And all that information is on the website.
All on the website. You can go on there and see the buckles that we've got already made in here and some of the samples of saddles that'll be coming that we've had in the past. And look forward to seeing y'all up there. There is a small admission fee for the performances. Most of that money goes back to the Pink Link or for the Cancer Fund at the Memorial Hospital. So it goes to a good cause.
Mm-hmm. Great. Well, there's been a lot of participants from our county that have had cancer, childhood cancer to through adulthood. So you know, what a great cause to be able to give back to.
Exactly. Yes.
Great.
And I guess one other special thing that we do there that probably doesn't get looked at a lot is we do have an empty saddle, and that is cowboys and cowgirls that we have lost over the year. Mm-hmm. We try to memorialize them and lead their horses in, and so we do got at least one this year that we can think of, but it's kind of a cool little tribute that we do, and it's pretty heart touching when you see that all go down. So
yes, it is.
So, but yeah, I just want to say thank you to all the sponsors and Shared Media for having me here, and
absolutely.
And, hope to see a bunch of the community there to come support the locals instead of just the big time showboats. So
yeah, well, and everybody loves the kids.
Yep, they're fun to watch.
Oh yeah,
whether we have runaways or we've got kids that can just get on there and flat ride. So
well, and every now and then you get the little kid that is kind of a ham and will like ham it up for the crowd,
waving at the crowd as they're riding by, tipping a hat, something or other.
Yeah, I can think of a few of those, and they're still hams.
Yep.
Well, Chris, thanks for joining us today. Good luck with County Fair coming up, County Rodeo. Congratulations on your new job up there. You'll be you'll never leave there.
No. It's second home anyway, so, might as well make it kind of a permanent home.
Yeah, there you go. May as well get paid to be there now.
Exactly.
Well, thanks for joining us today. Be sure and check out the Sheridan County Rodeo Facebook page and website. Get entered the 29th through August 4th and get to the rodeo and support your locals. So
thank you for having me again.
You bet. Thank you. And for more news, sports, and podcasts, check out SheridanMedia.com.